Hello and welcome to Dungeon Arcade, an actual play storytelling podcast put on with two sets of brothers. That's four people for you math nerds out there. I am your host, Adam, and I will be GMing. I don't know what technically would be the correct term for us in this crazy mix of adventures of ours. Oh, sorry. Let's go around the table and introduce ourselves. Start with Asher.
Hi, I'm Asher, also known as Michael.
Asher is the character name. I should be clear about that. Dashner.
I'm Dashner, also known as Nathan.
And Ella.
Hi, I'm Ella, but my real name's Alex.
All right. So Dungeon Arcade is an actual play storytelling podcast, like I just said. It takes place in the magical, fantastical land of the Disc world. I can't say that, can I? That sounds too much like another podcast.
Foon. Yeah, that's why I said food, because you said the magical land of.
I started saying it, and it was like, I got through it. I'm like, this sounds really like pithy. And then I got to the end of it. I'm like, that's why.
Yeah.
Dungeon Arcade takes place on the Disc world, which rides on the back of four giant elephants, which ride on the back of the astral turtle, the great Atuin. I think that's how you say it. All of this is the sole property of, all of that is the sole property of Terry Pratchett's estate. If you've never read a Terry Pratchett book or read about the Disc world, I highly recommend it. It's fantastic. And I just love the world so much. I wanted to play a role-playing game in it with three people who really don't know anything about it. I believe Michael is the only one who has read a Terry Pratchett book. Is that correct, Michael?
I've read 2 Terry Pratchett books.
And speaking of podcasts, where somebody who knows a lot about something is joined by 3 people who don't know much about that thing, check out Outwatch, a Survivor rewatch podcast.
Oh my God.
That's right. Don't get enough of Alex or myself. We should start a podcast network. What would we call our podcast network, Alex?
The 538 Podcast Network.
538 Podcast Network.
I think that isn't there like a website that already exists called 538 though? They do like predictions and like stuff.
I don't know.
Really,
let's Google it.
Yes, there is.
Dang it.
Okay, so not that. We'll come back to that.
What about 539?
Or cut it out entirely. But yeah, when we last left our adventurers, another thing I guess I should mention, Asher is 12 years old. Dashner, short for Dashner, is 11 years old, but he's going to be 12 in a month and 11 days, soon to be 10 days. And Ella is also 12 years old. Pretty fantastic group of kids we got here. When last we left our adventurers, they knocked over a vase in Dash's house and released a demon by the name of Capgris, who can transform into other people. At the very least, we know that he can look like the 3 kiddos there. A lot happened. They kind of went back and forth for a bit, and Dash and Ash ran out the back door towards the woods, and Ella is running back towards her orphanage because she's sort of an orphan, but also not. Listen to episode 1. That's all I got for you. Or episode 2. I don't know how these are numbered now. I feel like I should know more information too. And one last thing before we get started. In the last 2 episodes, I believe I said that Ankh is the poorer side of the city, and Moorpork is the richer side of the city, and that is in fact the exact opposite. I'm sorry. I hope we don't get famous now, because that's going to haunt me forever.
Our resident expert was wrong about the thing he was supposed to be the expert about.
Good start, guys.
Yeah, I was going to say, we cannot be to blame for that.
We need a fact checker.
So let's jump back in. I actually want to go to Ella, who, as I said, is running back through the streets of Moorpork back to the Ankh side, which is where her orphanage is. Ella, what's going through your mind? You're heading back to the orphanage, right? I don't want to direct you if that's not where you're headed.
Yeah, it is. So after that whole thing, she kind of left tried to leave like defiantly and strongly, but I think, right as she kind of got out of the immediate area, she kind of breaks down and starts running away. That was certainly a lot. And she, I don't know, doesn't have like a huge sense of like stability and home at the orphanage, but that would be, at least right now, a place where she would go to kind of escape all of this nonsense.
It's pretty late. It's post dinner time. It's dark outside. It's kind of a medieval type of town, fantasy town. So there are street lights in the form of like candles, but it's not exceptionally well lit. And you're about to cross over into the worser part of town, I guess I'll say. You've been on the streets of Ankh-Morpork multiple times. Are you doing anything to try and like hide, or like do you have any sense of like, trying to be stealthy?
I don't think she does in this juncture, and I don't think she typically does when she's on the street, like, and she's not trying to be like mischievous anyway. I think she knows the streets pretty well and is pretty comfortable with them. Okay. So she's just kind of going.
Ankh-Morpork is, for the most part, completely divided by a river. As you're about to cross the bridge to head over to the Morpork side of the city, you hear a man's voice kind of calling sort of behind you. He's sort of coming from up the river. So he'd be to your right side. And you hear a man calling, and he's just saying, "Oi, girl." And as you look over, you notice that this is a man who is a part of the Watch. He's essentially a policeman.
I think when she realizes that, she kind of like gives a little wave and is like, "Just on my way back home, mister," and keeps going. Doesn't really give any more attention to it.
The police officer speeds up a little bit. Sort of not quite a full jog, but I mean, he's walking briskly towards you now. And he's saying, "Hold on, come here."
She recognizes, as the last episode showed too, that she's not really capable of outrunning most people. So I think she obliges at this point and just kind of slows down. She said, "Like I said, I'm just heading home."
The police officer, the watchman, catches up to you, and he sort of looks you up and down. He's like, "Where are your parents?"
I think she's been asked this before and has a pretty good
I'm sure.
way to deal with this. And she kind of like looks sad, like at least feigns this like sadness, looks down at the ground and then back up at him. And she goes, "Well, mister, I live at the orphanage down the way. I guess that's where home is now."
Roll, give me I'm hesitant to say it's persuasion. I feel like this would be
It depends what he's trying to convene.
Yeah,
is she trying to convene that her parents are dead?
No, because what are you trying to elicit from this thing? Like, are you just trying to elicit sympathy?
Yeah, sympathy, and just for him to say, "Oh wow, that's so sad. Go on along."
Okay, we're not going to roll then, because I feel like what you said was close enough to the truth that I feel bad like forcing you to roll for it. Even though it's not true at all. You see him kind of relax a little bit when he hears what you just said, and he kind of looks back towards where you were walking from, and he says, "Well, I don't want to scare you. There was a murder in a few blocks over from here. You wouldn't happen to have seen a man." Pretty tall, probably a little bit shorter than me. Dark hair, mostly black. You wouldn't happen to seen him run this way, would you?
I think this is intriguing to her, and so she's gonna kind of like try and get more information. She's like, "No, mister, I haven't seen anyone. What happened? Wow, that's so scary."
I don't think that you. I don't think that hearing the gruesome details would be too good for you right now. But I just say there's a dangerous man on the loose. And you know what? I'm actually how far away is your orphanage? Which orphanage are you at?
That's a great question. Have we just like given it a name? I don't think we have, right?
Giving it a name.
What should we name the orphanage?
What would be a dumb name for an orphanage?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. Like our children of perpetual losing. Gnome's place like Gnome.
That's horrible. That's so bad. That's really bad.
Is this insinuating that there's only gnomes in this orphanage?
Hey, Ankh-Morpork isn't perfect, man. There's a little bit of segregation going on. I'm just saying.
Yikes.
What about just the gnome home?
The Gnome home.
Beautiful.
Gnome's home for troubled youth.
Is that it? Are we going with that one?
Yeah, I think.
All right.
Well, let's give it a. Who's the proprietor of this orphanage? Because we could call it like, Sister Catherine's gnome home or whatever.
I like Sister Catherine.
Catherine's too lame.
I would say we need a good gnomish name.
Yeah. What about Sister Chrysanthemum's gnome home?
Wait, what'd you say?
Sister Chrysanthemum's gnome home.
I like it. Sister Chrysanthemum's gnome home.
Each random name generator.
I say that.
Idea.
That's the
Sis
orphanage
Chris's.
I'm going. Sis Chris. Known affectionately throughout the town as Sis Chris. I live at Sis Chris.
Oh, the gnome home. I was like, well, that's a few blocks away. Maybe I should accompany you there.
Oh, there's no need, sir. I'm out here all the time. You don't need to do that.
He sort of looks, he looks at you and then he looks, up and down. He's like, well, just keep your head on a swivel, and if you hear anything, run.
What
And,
is there anything I should be looking for?
There's nothing you need to be looking for. You're just a kid. It's fine. Like, just get home safe. Okay. Grow up big and strong. Maybe one day you can be on the watch like me.
Oh, I don't think the watch is where my talents will lead me, but thanks for the encouragement. And she walks away.
You hear just behind you, all of a sudden you hear clapping. And as you turn around where the guy was standing, just this little absence of anything. And a voice that says, damn, that was good. Right there. Man, that got me on my heartstrings. And right here, I think we're actually going to cut away to Dash and Ash. So Dash ran out of the home, was going back to the woods, to his place where he feels comfortable enough to turn into his werewolf form. Ash was left in the home, but was told where he would go, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Dash was basically like, I'm going back to the spot. Meet me in 10 minutes.
Okay. Then let's kind of cut ahead to that moment. So Ash, you meet Dash in the woods there, and what are you doing when he shows up?
I think Dash is just like sitting there with his head against the tree right now. Like just in normal human form, just like head back against the tree. Eyes closed, just like very dazed.
So Ash, you walk up, and what is your reaction to all this? Does Ash understand what's happening?
No. Hey, what's up, man?
There's a demon in my house. There's just a demon in my house. What do you mean, what's up?
Does that not normally happen?
No.
Oh. I thought that was a normal everyday thing for you guys here.
No, usually people don't bring strangers in my house and smash demon vases. This is all new.
This is a normal dinner party.
I mean, I thought this all went extremely well.
I don't think it could have gone any worse.
We met a person that is going extremely well.
I think we met a person and a thing, neither of which I wanted to meet tonight. One of them never.
Heh, life's too short.
I mean, not for the demon, apparently. It's been around for a while, it sounded like.
from the shadows emerges this, absence of shape that you have come to know at this point. And it just kind of looks from one to the other, taking a drag on a cigarette. You have no idea how long I've been around. Like, I have seen some shit.
How long?
At this point, basically since the creation of the disc.
How long is that?
I couldn't even tell you, man. Time is not a real thing to me.
It's got to be like
Why?
200 years ish, at least.
Is this demon a new earther, or is he a literalist when it comes to disc creation?
The demon's definitely a flat earther. I can tell you that.
No.
So he kind of looks back and forth, and he's like, "So, you guys are like kids, huh?"
Yeah.
Yep.
Huh.
Surprise.
He just stands there for me. He's trying to process this moment of like, what is it that he's going to do connected to these two preteens essentially. And finally looks at Dash and says, "So what are you moping about again?"
There's like a demon possessing my house / us. Just kind of a new experience.
Whoa. I don't possess anything.
I know you turn into people.
I am myself. I'm always myself, except when I'm not myself. But then I'm not other people. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
No.
Exactly.
Okay, well, to one of us. That's about how most of our conversations go.
He kind of turns away from you guys, takes another drag on a cigarette, and he looks at Dash. "So, how long you been a werewolf?
What?
How long you been a werewolf?"
I'm not.
Okay, yeah, totally. And he looks at Ash, and he's like, "That kid's a werewolf, right?"
Oh yeah, totally.
Shut up.
Yeah. Come on. So how long? How long you been a werewolf?
Like 2 years, almost 3. A while.
Let me consult my backstory that I've sent.
Shut up. I tried to turn the paper quietly.
What is the coolest thing you've done as a wolf?
Nothing. I kind of hate it. I just want to be normal.
What do you mean normal, man? What's normal? You're an goddamn Morpork, dude. There's nothing normal here. There's zombies on those streets, man.
Yeah,
A
but
werewolf, that's nothing.
it's still something for sure. Granted, I'm
Nah,
talking
man.
to a literal demon, so guess anything's possible.
You don't see me hiding myself.
You've also had thousands of years to cope.
Yeah, well, suck it up, Buttercup. My lifespan's a little bit longer than yours. Now, here's the deal. Presumably, you guys have parents, correct?
Yeah?
No.
Yeah, that one doesn't.
He just kind of looks at Asher and he's like, "Cool," and then looks at Dash and says, "You got parents. They're on their way home. There's a smashed vase in there, and they're going to be pissed. And I am not spending my time with you grounded.
Yeah, I don't want to be grounded either.
So let's clean it up.
Can you fix the vase?
We can certainly try."
All right. Let's do it.
Awesome. So he disappears and goes back to the house. You don't know. Presumably he's going back to the house for you guys. Do you guys immediately follow? Or do you?
I think so. I don't think Dash has any reason to just sit behind the tree at this point. His parents will be home soon. Might as well clean it.
So-
Asher's just kind of following him around.
Okay.
He doesn't really know at this point.
So you guys get back into the house. You try to put together the vase. I want someone to try to roll for this.
Oh, jeez.
It would just be like a dexterity.
Yeah, let's just call it Dex then.
Oh, boy.
Who wants to roll for it?
I've got a +0. So,
Nice.
I got a +2.
Ayo, let's do you.
All right. The demon can't actually touch the vase, so he's not helping.
Yeah.
Well, it was almost really good.
What was it?
Can you give us a number?
9.
Awesome.
This thing does not look good.
Wonderful.
It resembles a vase in that it is together, and that's about the extent of it.
In that case, my pillow represents a vase.
Exactly. You guys put it up there. The demon sitting behind you guys is like, "Oh, this does not look good."
What do you mean?
Yeah,
It looks great. I've
nuts.
never made anything more beautiful in my life.
This is maybe the first thing you've ever made.
The pattern doesn't even line up.
Who's gonna notice that?
Literally everyone.
At that moment, the door opens and in walks. What are the names of your parents? I feel like
Oh, I said it. I accidentally used your name, I remember. So I changed it.
John.
Oh, it's Cecilia and John Roxton.
Roxton.
Right.
This is
I wrote it down.
Kingdom Hearts.
Good job.
Roxton.
Roxas.
So right then the door opens and in walks John and Cecilia Roxton. They start to take off their coats and look at in the living room where you guys are standing and see Ash and Dash. John kind of smiles or smirks and says, "Getting kind of late, isn't it, boys?"
Uh-huh.
Cecilia goes upstairs and he takes the coats and goes towards the coat closet, which is in the second living room, not the one that you guys are currently in, and then walks back and stands in front of you guys for a second and then looks around his room to admire all of his wonderful artifacts that he's collected and stop on the vase.
I think Dash
looks at Dash and says, "Dashner Roxton."
I think a split second before, when he looks at the vase, I think Dash like tries to lean into his field of vision to block it and be like, "So how was your night, Dad?" Like blocking the camera pan almost.
Yeah, I know he rolled really well. I don't think it's gonna work.
Oh dang!
So he immediately just Dashner Roxton. What happened to my vase? And he goes and he picks it up and he starts inspecting it.
Honestly, quite a few things.
He just looks at you and he shakes his head and he's like, "Dash, you need to learn to respect other people's property." He puts the vase down and he goes to the stairs and he starts marching up them and he says, "We're going to take something of yours away for a month and see how you like it." Walks up to your room, looks around, he grabs. What does he grab? Tell me. You give it to me.
I just want to point out what a bizarre punishment that is.
Yeah, for real.
This will be a thing. John and Cecilia are not very good parents.
I was gonna say they don't seem to know what they're doing. I didn't really write what he was good at.
He takes Dash's Nintendo Switch.
Is that a thing in this world?
Throughout this whole thing, Asher is just kind of standing somewhat behind John, just kind of giving Dasher the you gotta start learning to respect stuff.
Wonderful.
Like kind of look
I don't
and
know.
just nodding along with his father.
What kind of technology is available in this world? Just so I know what my options are.
It's like Lord of the Rings.
So very little.
I'm gonna say like he walks in and he takes like a bag of marbles from you,
Okay.
which I think John thinks is gonna be it's gonna be a big punishment, but it's really not. Like, all said and done. So he takes that and he says, "You'll get these back in a month." And he just shakes his head and walks out the door and closes the door
bedroom
behind
door,
him, leaving Ash and Dash in Dashner's room.
Okay, I thought you meant walks out like the front door, and I was like, "Where's he going?"
No.
He's just leaving.
Cigarettes and he's never coming back.
I think Dash is just like, well, honestly, went a lot better than I thought it would.
Yeah, dude, all he took was marbles. Like, we got rocks for that.
Again with the
Marbles are just smooth rocks.
I mean, he didn't like.
The demon pops up and he's like, "Man, this marbles would have been awesome."
I mean, you'll get them back in a month, Copgris. So,
and let's cut back over to Ella.
Okay.
Yeah, Ella, what is your reaction to the demon being there in front of you?
I think she kind of like stops and is kind of stunned, and she goes, "Was that you the whole time?"
Oh yeah, for sure, it was me the whole time. There was a murder though; that was a real thing. Poor schmuck looked real gnarly.
Did you do that too?
No, I look. That's not my MO.
All right, listen. She kind of like marches towards him, like, with some authority. I don't know what you want or what you're doing here, but you are done impersonating people and making me think that you're really them. We're done with it.
Copgris, there's like a smile on his face, which like there's not even like really a mouth that you can see except when he drags on a cigarette, but you can just like get this impression that he's just like smirking at this. Ella, impersonating people is what I do. You can't tell a leopard to change its spots. You can't tell a poodle not to run fast. It's just not what they do. You know.
Do poodles run fast?
Yeah. Have you never been to the poodle races out on the east?
No, I've never been to a poodle race. Anyway, you can impersonate people all you want. Just stop doing it around me. And she turns around and starts walking away.
Cabrius like chases her and follows up or catches up, and he's like, "Hey, fair enough. I won't do it around you. At least now without you knowing. How about that? We'll make a little deal there. I mean, we gotta spend the next 1,000 years together. It makes sense for us to work together a little bit. That feels right, doesn't it?
Yeah, great. It's a deal.
All right. Now here's the deal. We're sort of connected now. You, me, and then by extension, those other two dudes
Idiots.
back at the house. I don't know how well you know them, but like we're connected now. I wanted to talk to you real quick because you are quite obviously the smart one. And those other two Nimrods, is that too far? I feel like that's not far enough. If anything.
I think it's a little light.
Here's the thing: was that true about your parents? Are your parents really dead?
I haven't seen them. I don't know. So she's lying about her mom, but she's being truthful about her dad in this case.
I like this idea that like she's not sure how much information Caprius already has, but like also doesn't want to give him anything.
Yeah.
All right. That makes this a lot easier because getting out of Dashner, what kind of name is that? Getting out of Dashner's parents, stuff like that's going to be difficult, but I need you to help me get them out of the house tomorrow night-ish.
Listen, I don't want anything to have to do with those two boys ever again.
Well, so here's the thing. I already said this because you and I are kind of connected, and I'm connected to them. We're all connected to each other. Just a fact of life. So I need your guys' help.
What happens if I say no?
Then we kind of do this until you die.
Well, this isn't fun.
I agree.
Okay, well, what's in it for me?
We don't do this until you die. I don't understand how this is hard.
Okay, here's the thing. She kind of like, you see her kind of like visibly mustering like her courage. Remember that knife? And she kind of like pulls it out of her boot that I took during dinner?
Mm-hmm.
This is what I do. This is what I'm good at. I can move in ways and do things without people realizing that I'm doing it. And I can take stuff and move stuff, and it's really useful. And you're pretty how do I say it? Inconspicuous too, it seems.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
What did you say?
I said a dick.
Well, that too. If I help you out or do what you ask me to, will you show me how to get better at this or give me some scores?
He kind of smiles at this. You know what? If I can't help you, I can at least find someone to help you. I know a lot of shady people, and I don't just mean that in terms of visually. And he kind of gestures to himself.
I think she does kind of like giggle at that a little bit. She's like, I do too, but on one condition. I hate those boys. I recognize that we're connected or whatever, but man, I don't want to have to spend any more time with them than I have to.
I hear you. If you help me, I can. If you help me, if you help me tomorrow night, I believe I can at least come up with some information to help unsever us.
That sounds like a good option if we have to be severed right now, or not severed.
Yeah. So hopefully we won't have to deal with them for a little bit, because I agree they're complete morons.
Fools.
Dashner's over here.
Cannot agree more.
Feeling great over here.
No argument here. Okay. You should have seen those fools try to put together a vase just now. It was horrible.
I can't even imagine.
Like terrible.
To be fair, and then Dash didn't do much. It was all Ash. Ash rolled.
And then the werewolf guy, Dash. He just let his dad take his marbles. It was horrible. I could barely watch it. I mean, I watched it. It was awesome, but like I could barely watch it.
Did you say the werewolf?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what I said. Yeah, why?
He's a kid. He's not a wolf. He's not a werewolf.
Oh no, he's definitely a werewolf. Trust me.
I've never.
Trust me. If I didn't think these two morons were useful in some way, at the very least, they're probably weak-minded. We can get them to do whatever we want.
Would it be reasonable to think that Ella like had met a werewolf before now, or is that pretty rare?
It's probably fairly uncommon for Ella to meet a werewolf and know that she met a werewolf. I doubt she's ever met a werewolf like in werewolf form. So I like she knows they exist for sure. And like there's definitely this talk about them in a sort of like no people are afraid of them, right? Like they can lash out and do whatever they want randomly,
right. Yeah, beware of werewolves.
Stuff like that. So there's definitely talk about them, and it's not great talk all the time.
Yeah.
But also, that there are some very wealthy werewolf families.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. And if that's a stereotype, I think that would all kind of then make sense to her that they're in this wealthy home. If Dash is a werewolf, I think she probably assumes that like whole family is then or whatever.
Yeah.
So she kind of like nods like, huh, okay.
And he looks at you and he says, in this till we're not. And he spits on his hand and holds it out.
Sure. And she spits on her hand and holds it out too.
Awesome. Sweet. He disappears. Presumably you go home.
Yeah, I think she's feeling a whole lot better now.
Yeah. And
again, not because she like has this like evil slant or whatever, but like this is like adventurous, this is like a cool.
Right. It's adventure. It's an opportunity for knowledge.
It's a cool thing that she's gotten wrapped up in that's going to break her monotony of what she typically does.
Well, let's kind of put this scene to bed then. Ash and Dash, you guys presumably go to bed. I don't know if there's any further interaction that you guys feel like would be appropriate for your characters. So presumably Dash goes to bed and Ash goes to bed. How do you guys kind of feel leaving each other?
I mean, Dash probably isn't terribly thrilled, but he can't really stay mad at Ash for long because he's like, this stuff just happens with him. And all that happened was I got some marbles I haven't looked at in a year taken away. And a demon, but...
And a demon.
We'll deal with that as it comes. Yeah, he's feeling a little better also, I think.
Ash is excited. This was a great day.
All right, perfect. So you guys wake up the next morning. I don't feel like there are any real like demon interactions that happen throughout the day. Like I'm sure at some point randomly Capgris like popped up to you while you were doing something and was obnoxious. But generally speaking, he was there just enough to help you remember that this is not a fantasy or a dream that happened. This is your reality. Sometime just before dinner, I'd say the sun isn't quite, it's like just starting to set. So if you can call that dusk, it's dusk. Ella, you're puttering around the orphanage and Capgris taps you from behind.
She turns. Does she know it's? I mean, she wouldn't know who it is until she turns around.
No. Well, wait. No, I'm gonna say she does actually. Like, I feel like Capgris probably has a different like feel to him.
Sure.
When
I was gonna say, can Capgris touch her? Because he couldn't touch the vase.
Yeah. So the thing about Capgris is he's told you guys multiple times that he can't touch other things, but he has touched you guys. So I don't know if your characters would know this, but like kind of you guys are grounding him to the material world.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So Capgris taps you on the shoulder and kind of waits for you to turn around.
Okay. I think she turns around and then it's kind of like, what do you can't be in here. They're going to see you and freak out.
Well, first of all, no one's going to see me. It's going to be weirder that you're just talking to yourself, to be honest.
Oh, she gets like super self-conscious all of a sudden and like looks around to see if anyone else is around and sees her doing this. And it's like, okay, what do you want?
It's time for us to go. We got to go get Tweedledee and Tweedledum.
Cool. What are we doing?
This is your thing. I told you we have to get them out of the house.
Right. Got it. Out of the house.
They're not gonna follow me out of the house. Like, those dudes hate me. I've done some shit to them today.
I'm not sure they really like me either.
He starts to tell you like just like dumb stuff that he's done. So like earlier, I made Ash chase a pine cone for like 20 minutes. It was hilarious.
Yeah, I think she really likes all of these examples. She's like ready to go. She's been prepared pretty much all day. I don't know. It might be good to decide what like the thing she has is, and like if there's any other material, because she would come like strapped to this. You know, she has like she's got her hooded robe cloak sort of deal. I'm trying to think like if she would have like a weapon prior to last night, the just like random knife she picked up, or if has that knife again.
I have a feeling that like she has sort of had a disdain for knives because knives sort of incite violence.
Yeah.
But also like now sort of after what happened last night, like she's going to take that knife with her now.
Yeah. She feels like the Annies have been upped, so to speak. Yeah. So she's got that.
You're in the show now.
Right. She's got that dinner knife. Yeah. And I don't know, her like thing. I've been trying to think of something that like her mom would give her, because I think she would give her something with like some value, you know, from her like inventory, so to speak. And maybe, I don't know, this is just like an idea, and I haven't really thought it totally through, but like something that maybe does have some use, like some practical use, but she's just doesn't know what it is. You know, like if she's got like a necklace with a locket on it, or like a stone on it or something, and she just thinks it's like cool, but maybe it has like actually some power or use, but she's just unaware of what it is, you know?
Yeah, I like that.
Okay. I like the idea of it being kind of like a crystal sort of deal, just on a little string.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Cool. So she's got that stuff, and she's like, okay, I'll meet you outside. And she just doesn't like wait for his lead or anything, and just goes about her normal maneuvering and technique of getting out of there that she does super often.
Okay, give me a man. Why am I like losing everything? A stealth roll to see how stealthily you get out of the gnome home.
Rolling dice. That's a 15.
Okay. I mean, you get out of there without anyone really noticing. Like, if anyone does, it's just other kids who don't care. Like, whatever. So you get outside, you meet up with Capgris, and you guys go over to the Roxton house. Let's actually cut inside the Roxton house. Are you guys probably aren't quite sitting down to dinner yet. You're like the servants are kind of getting things around. Cadgris appears inside the house, and Ash and Dash, I presumably you guys are together, and Cadgris looks at you both and says, all right, come on guys. Starts walking towards the door.
What?
I follow.
Of course. I think Dash is just like
he looks back at Dash and he's like, come on, like we're gonna go out. Cadgris is inside, Ella's outside. And Capgris is getting you guys to go outside with him.
Yeah, we just ran out the front door.
And we ran out the front door. Sweet. So you guys get out the front door, and Capgris is like, all right, follow me.
I was about to eat dinner.
You can eat dinner later. You got your seed dinner. You're fine.
Have they seen Ella being here?
I don't know. Do you guys? I mean, yeah, like you guys know Ella's there.
Yeah.
Do you guys acknowledge her?
Yeah, she's just standing there.
Just to make sure also, Dash does not know that Ella knows he's a werewolf, right?
Right.
Okay, just making sure.
To be fair, Ella's not sure that you're a werewolf either.
That's also true.
Hey, Ella. So Dash already knows about this, but you need to keep an eye out. There's this pine cone that it keeps getting away. I can't seem to actually get hold of the thing. It's
Dash just calls.
Keep your eyes out for it.
Cadgris looks at Ella and then looks back to Ash, and he's like, yeah, Ash, what did I say the pine cone does if you catch it?
It gives me a teacher, but I have to be able to hold on to it for an hour, and I can't even get a hold of it for a second. So this is really difficult.
Oh, that sounds like a really important pine cone, Ash.
Yeah.
And something really real and not like a trick played on you. So I'll definitely keep an eye out for that.
Don't encourage him.
Yeah,
Please,
thank
God,
you.
don't encourage
No,
him.
Dash, you're really stifling him. This is an important pine cone. It's really important that he finds this pine cone. Ash,
See, Dash, why can't you be more accepting? Why can't you be more encouraging?
You know what? If I see a pine cone, I'll chase after it.
Now that's a good friend.
Anything for you, buddy.
Chris is just trying to stifle his laughter throughout this entire conversation. He walks you guys through the streets of Ankh-Morpork, close to the city center, and as you get closer, you realize that he is leading you guys towards Unseen University, which is the university for wizardry, the premier university for wizardry on the disc.
Hey, I don't I don't do the magic stuff. Why are you taking us here?
Well, okay, so
Like, I definitely can't do magic.
so you guys know about hordes, right?
About what now?
Horns?
Hordes, like demon hordes.
I mean, I've heard of the two words separately. Don't exactly know what they mean together.
Okay, so
I'm assuming like a group of
what,
demons.
what are they teaching kids in school these days?
Well, not
so,
demon, not demonology.
So the way demons work is there are groups of demons that operate together. You know, they create mischief together. They do whatever they do together, and it is known as a horde of demons. So my horde is demons of the Golden Moon.
I really don't want to release more demons.
Well, no. Here's the thing: they're already here. There's nothing you can do about it. Sorry,
good.
So cool, you're just there. The thing is, I need to find them because they can help me figure out how to get unstuck. Here's the thing. They're going to know I'm a demon in here. So I was kind of hoping I could not possess one of you, but like just kind of hitch a ride
Not it.
in one of you.
I think Ash would be great for this.
Yeah, he'd.
Question.
Yeah, little man.
This is one of his
Why
first
would
ones ever.
them knowing you're a demon be a bad thing?
That's maybe the smartest question you've ever asked.
More than likely, they'll rip me to shreds, trying to dissect and study me. And in doing so, they will inevitably realize there is a link between me and you guys, and then they will, not on purpose. They'd wind up killing you, because they're really just so fucking stupid.
So, okay, why are we going here? If they're fighting us, would it result in all of our deaths?
Yeah, I've never really gotten in a fight before. I don't like this plan.
You can tell.
We're not gonna get into a fight, okay? Because
That's what everyone says.
I'm gonna hitch a ride. We're going to go into the library. We're going to be careful, and we're going to just get a little bit of information in the form of we'll call it a spell that
All right,
will help me find my horde.
You had me until that. That sounds sketchy.
Capris takes this opportunity. He makes eye contact with Asher.
Question.
And he does a little answer, little buddy. Spike, hit me what you got.
If you've been around for how long you say you've been around, how do you not know how to get rid of you?
Do
Another
you think this
surprisingly good
happens to me all
question.
the
Yeah,
time?
I'm with Ella. That's
I
impressive.
mean, I feel like it would have come up at least once.
No, it hasn't.
Fair
Fun
point.
fact. I'm really good at being me, except for the one time that I wasn't. Sorry.
So how did that happen?
It was. It's a whole thing, okay? Like, do you need to hear the whole story about how?
I mean, there was a vase involved somewhere.
At a party, and there was a sorcerer, and it was this whole thing, and he trapped me in a vase.
Why don't we just replicate what happened then?
Okay, are you a sorcerer?
No.
Okay, do you know a sorcerer?
No.
See, one key figure in my story is a sorcerer, and we don't have access to one of those, so that's gonna be really hard. Also, they usually don't like demons that much. So,
I mean,
we cool?
I'm not
We
getting
ready?
possessed, so I'm down.
Awesome. And he jumps into Ash and just kind of disappears. Ash, this is a weird sensation. Like it feels like there's just not quite enough room in your skin. You kind of feel. It almost feels like there's something just like engulfing you.
Yeah.
But you still have like full control of your extremities and everything. So
No, I don't like it. Feels weird.
dude, just go inside. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be
It's
fine.
like he's like kind of rubbing his entire body at this point. Like, no, I don't like it.
Dude,
No.
look normal, okay?
Yeah, this is weird for you, man.
Can the rest of us hear Capgris when he's inside of Ash?
I'm gonna say no.
You all right over there?
This feels weird. I don't like it.
Well, you just play it cool, dude. Okay.
I don't know how to play it cool. It feels weird.
The faster we get through this, the faster I get out of you.
Hey,
Okay,
Ash,
let's run.
Maybe.
And I start-
No. Hey, oh.
No, stop. Hey,
Stop it.
Hey, all right. Stop for a second and listen to me. This is what I'm good at. She kind of like gestures towards this place. If you follow me, I'll get us in here and people won't know.
Listen to the girl.
Why don't just you go? Why do we have to come?
Because you're
And
the
then he
one
can jump in
carrying
your
the
body.
demon.
Okay.
I'm bored, so I'll just go along.
Okay, so
Ella's out of my house eating dinner.
Ella's gonna like look.
Capgris hops out of Ash at this point, and he says, "Okay, here's the thing. We can send one person in. We can totally do that. Here's the problem with that. Do you know how big Unseen University is? Specifically their library.
I mean, no.
No? Cool. It's huge. It's going to be a lot easier to cover with 3 people.
Does it have a restricted section?
It absolutely does, and it's not a place we're going to go.
Mm-hmm.
So demon banishing and summoning is not restricted?
Oddly enough, no. You'd think so. But
All right.
no, most of the restricted section is like books that will eat you and
Yeah, I don't like those.
how to get into other dimensions.
That part
Things that are
sounds
pretty
kinda
much
fun.
already in this dimension, like, they're not as concerned about. Which has some logic to it if you think about it.
Fair point.
Okay, Capgris, before you plunge yourself deep into this boy once again,
We're not going to call it that.
before you enter this boy again, do you have a plan for getting in here?
Yeah, dude, we're going to walk in. We're going to sneak in. Okay? So everybody, eyes on me. We're going to listen to Ella because she's going to sneak us in here. Okay? She's got this covered.
Hell
Ella,
yeah.
Pay attention because we're not all as small as you are.
Got it.